Okay, so there's a quarrel online. NSPPDC. I mean, what that they call that? Pasty Jerry Eze prayer. This thing name again. What God cannot do does not exist. The followers are having an argument with Dada Freeze online. So the NSPDC, NPPDC went to London to have a conference. And usually with conference like that, they must come with testimonies of miracle. But the particular testimony wey happen for this very conference is so different that it is hard to say this one not look real. You know, when you see some of those testimonies, they know they add up. But this one was a child on a wheelchair that was healed, and she started walking. But that the first thing not great. You see, now so I've been having arguments left and right online. First and foremost, I'll show you the video. Then I'll show you one or two of the arguments on that the free speech. Watch this.
Look at her. She can walk. Papa, look at her go.
Look at her.
To do this. Look at her go, Papa.
This girl does not look like she's more than 5 years. She's working. The parents are happy, celebrating. Pasty Jerry Eze don't reach ground. He was quite very excited. So you know, it's highly convincing. If na adults now, it go easy for us to say the adults na actor. You understand? But this is a child. Now, some people still believe he's acting, and then some people start to tag that the phrase, you know, he's the custodian of challenging miracles. We don't look like real. So some people start to tag that the phrase. But then he had something to say. Let me take you to his post. He said, Ayefele, a gospel singer, still the wheelchair for Nigeria. But when they go abroad, go heal people there, it is cuckoo well. Who did this to us? And tech men have said, a miracle is not possible anymore. Daddy Freeze replied, charity begins at home, sis. Hadeniki said, God seated in heaven, doing what pleases him. And Daddy Freeze replied, yet Panadol works for everyone. So according to your reasoning, Panadol is better than God. You see, when we talk about miracle, we cannot tell God who to act on. We cannot tell God who to heal. God makes his decisions the way he wants. And our human reasoning is too small to understand why God has chosen to make the decisions like that. It is why you find out that some people walk with God and then their life the quick end. Why some people are not working with God and then they live old life. You cannot question him. In the Bible, one prophet asked God that, why is it that I'm working with you? And I'm going through all these tribulations, but people who don't work with you, they are prospering. And God told him that they are standing on a slippery ground. Our job is not to question God. Our job is to obey God. If God has not laid his healing hand on Ayefele, he has his reasons. Let me shock you. God can decide to use Ayefele to heal another person who is on wheelchair. And Ayefele will still be there. Now God will they talk about. Before Apostle Paul cried, go meet her and say, come, oh, you don't use me now, but I have a thorn in my flesh. And I refused to fix that. And God told him that my grace is sufficient enough for you. He is God. He made everything from nothing. You cannot tell him who to act on. I'm not telling you the miracle is real or it is false. I'm just telling you that the ideology of Daddy Freeze saying it cannot be real does not work in spiritual cases. You cannot say charity begins at home. God does not work with our quotes here. Charity can decide to start from Kafashan and in the house he not do that. It's God that we're talking about. We cannot compare the power of God to Panadol. Say Panadol they work for everybody. Why this one they work for some people? God is not Emzor. It's not paracetamol company. If you have started boxing God based on your human category here, then stupidity is not becoming your surname. Do you understand? Although most of all this our pastor said the one that they fix 90 plenty pastor will not call, they know the one to believe or the one to doubt. But I'm just saying that once you want to analyze why God does things, keep your useless logic away. Logic does not get involved. All this Apostle Jeremiah Fufeyin people, this will not apply to now. When we sell things and collect credit alert, logic involved. Because the credit is physical, it's logical, logically involved. We're talking about when God chooses who to work on. Because when very dark man carry that thing, go down of home of the blind, I mean, are deaf when they not work, they can't say that because they not get faith. If not faith, we take the drive for not put up for sale. You know they use the same formula, way paracetamol and Panadol they use, so both work the same. You understand? But on God's case, when they decide to open the heaven, he points anybody he likes. He said that we show mercy on him. Whom I will show mercy. You want to question him? So basically, the whole ideology of being logical over this Pastor Jerry Eze miracle not make sense. But I'm not saying it's real, and I'm not telling you it's false. I'm just telling you that if you must believe that it is not true, logically saying charity begins at home does not add up.